guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm alongside Adamo Ritaco to preview match number 9, the match between AC Milan and Sassuolo that will be played on Sunday at 3 p.m. Italian time at the San Siro, and it will be a very important match for Milan, of course, as they haven't been doing too well in recent weeks, actually winning 2 out of the last 6 games, really suffering many defeats and some disappointing matches like we saw last weekend against Torino and midweek against Inter in the pointless Trofeo Berlusconi, which I'm pretty glad we didn't watch, Adamo, because I heard Milan just shit the bed once again. But speaking about importance, really this match goes much further than just the result itself, much because there's a lot of speculation going on right now in the media regarding Sinisa Mihajlovic, that his days are counted. These might be the last few matches that he gets to coach. Berlusconi not giving him much certainty as well, saying we'll see if we'll stick to Mihajlovic or not. So there's a lot of questions once again going on at Milan. Like usual, never a dull day. Adamo, what do you make of this matchup going against Sassuolo, a team that once again is surprising many in the Serie A, currently sitting on tied for 4th place with Napoli and Lazio, only losing 1 game so far in the season. Pretty positive results all around for Sassuolo. But what do you make of this game going on in Sunday?
Well, yeah, they're definitely off to a hot start. Only 3 points off first place, which is a pretty prestigious for a club like Sassuolo, obviously doing well in the Serie A once again. But with all the pressure on Mihajlovic, it's gonna be hard to focus. I kind of wish somebody like Berlusconi would have said, he has his backing and that he has his trust and that he could just do his job and, get it over with. Kind of like Napoli with Sarri, they gave him his faith and now they're flying high. So I wish that was the case. But it seems that in Milan's end, that always after a month, after we hire a coach, we always end up going back on our words. Berlusconi, in example, obviously, he's not too sure on Mihajlovic all of a sudden, which is kind of weird because he had a lot of options and he's the one he picked. And now he's not too happy. So I think that's a trend that we've continued to see over the years with a number of coaches. But Sassuolo, like I said, off to a hard start. It's going to take Milan, a lot of energy and a lot of pace and a lot of, just continuity with the team to be able to beat them. So, it's going to be a tough game. Hopefully Milan can get the job done. It's a must win because we're already off to a very poor start. And if we don't win this match, the Europa League is only getting farther away. So hopefully Milan can get all 3 points. But like I said, Sassuolo are going to be a tough opposition.
Yeah, definitely. They have the players to pose a threat at any given point, and they could do much damage like we saw in the recent meetings between these teams, as Sassuolo won 3 out of the 4 last meetings between these two teams in the Serie A, and the statistics are very disappointing and more embarrassing than they should be, really. And as I said, they have players like Berardi that could definitely make difference and win you games just like that, like we have seen on previous occasions. And what would be the irony if Berardi would be the one once again to send another Milan coach out? That would be just incredible. But I don't think that will happen, at least not on this match day, as of course Milan need to come back and win this match at all costs. But the real question is, will the curse continue against Sassuolo, and will Milan be able to finally end this curse that they had against Sassuolo? I don't know what it is, but every time we play them, we lose. I don't know what it is. We're afraid of them, maybe. Really lots of questions to be asked. But more questions are to be posed here once we look at the probable starting 11, as it will probably feature Diego Lopez in net, back 4, Abate, Zapata, Romagnoli, Antonelli. As for the midfield, Poli, Montolivo, and Kuchka, and up front, Cerci, Luis Adriano, and Bonaventura. Once again, Mihajlovic expected to go with the 4-3-3. And by the way, this is the probable starting 11 according to Sky at the time that this video was recorded. Therefore, there could be some changes from now on until kickoff. But Adamo, a big question that was asked as well during the week was concerning the goalkeepers. Many are suggesting that Diego Lopez hasn't had the best of starts this season. Of course, last season where he played such a big role to save this Milan side, it just doesn't seem that he's doing the same, even though he's supposed to have a small role in quotations there with the new additions. It seems that Milan still need to rely a lot on him. And the main question so far this week has been if Gigi Donnarumma should be getting the chance instead of Diego Lopez. Now, we asked you guys on Twitter regarding this question, and many of you answered. Around 140 people or so at the time of this video answered. So thank you guys for voting in this poll, and we will of course be providing many more polls for you guys on Twitter, so make sure to follow us there and vote so you could be decisive, of course. And anyways, we asked you guys who should start in goal this weekend, and a big 72% agreed with continuing with Diego Lopez and forgetting about Donnarumma, of course, still 16 years old and still needs a lot of experience to feature in Serie A matches. Are you with this regard, Adamo? Are you thinking the same?
Well, yeah, I mean, putting Donnarumma against a player like Domenico Berardi is quite a risky thing to do. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather stick with Diego Lopez, a player that, hasn't been up to his best, but it's not like he's been the fault of the team and he's the guy that we have to blame. Because if anything, you're putting all that pressure on one position. It's one goal. There's no other player to cover for him. If he messes up, it's a goal. So he has tons of pressure on him, especially at Milan. And I don't think it's really fair judgment. I understand, he's not been at his best, like I said. But as I said again, it's all the pressure getting to his head possibly. And, I think you just need to stick with him, give him the confidence knowing that he's the goalkeeper to go forward with and that the team has his backing. So I think Diego Lopez was a good choice by the fans at Rossoneri TV. Donnarumma, maybe a couple years from now, maybe a year or two from now, could be a goalie featuring for Milan, could even be the future goalie of AC Milan, but just not right now. At 16 years old, way too young, especially, like I said, when you're coming up against some very good attacking opposition.
Yeah, well said there. And now taking a look here at the rest of the lineup, once again, Zapata Romagnoli is supposed to be that center-back pairing. However, Alex might start instead of Zapata. The other uncertainties are that De Jong might once again start to the right of Montolivo. Right now, Poli is the preferred man, or at least what Sky is reporting. And up front, Luis Adriano, once again, I'm not quite sure about that, but it seems that Bacca will be starting most probably. However, it's still undecided between the two. Also, Bertolacci got hurt in the Trofeo Berlusconi, quite unsure on how long he's going to stay out. But Bonaventura is expected to play alongside the striker in that 4-3-3 formation. Once again, I don't think this lineup is very convincing, especially going up front. Many people, we've been reading comments all along this week on Rossoneri TV saying that they just can't wait until the return of Niang and Menez. Speaking a bit about the situation there going on, because so many of you are asking us on a consistent basis. The latest news is that Niang will most probably return after the next international break in November. However, the news keep on getting worse for Menez, as he's expected to be out until the rest of 2015 and possibly return in January. So those are some bad news there, but if Niang comes back in time, I think we could obviously make something out of that. So some final thoughts on this, Adamo. Will we finally able to get a result from this match or not?
Well, I mean, we're going to have to hope and pray, because Sassuolo not Milan's favorite opposition. Stats showing that Sassuolo are obviously dominant over Milan. We're going to have to watch out for Berardi, of course, the player that absolutely mauls Milan every single time he plays them. I don't know how he does it. He just turns into the next Messi. Not that he's not a bad player, because he's a fantastic player, but once he plays Milan, he just takes it up another notch. So we're really going to have to watch out for him. Romagnoli's going to have a lot on his hands. I think Milan it's going to be the full game, but hopefully they can get the job done. It's good that they're trying to stick with the same formation, but I wish it never changed it in the first place. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see. As for Menez and Niang, I do hope that they do return soon. Menez, obviously our top goal scorer last year. You can't discount that, discredit that. He's a fantastic player, selfish sometimes, but I could really use him right now. And Niang is a player that Mihajlovic wanted from day one, and then he gets injured, so Milan a bit unlucky there. But hopefully we can get the job done. Sassuolo are very, very structured, so Milan are going to have to do well to break them down.
Well said, well said. Well, that wraps up today's match preview for Sunday's fixture between AC Milan and Sassuolo at the San Siro. Once again, guys, thank you for supporting the channel during these few weeks there where we've been extremely busy. We completely appreciate the support, and don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV to stay updated with everything AC Milan. Also, if you guys want to send in your fan videos speaking about the match, make sure to check the description, as we have posted, of course, a link in order to instruct you guys on how to send us videos if you want to feature on the channel. And so thank you for watching. We'll see you on Sunday. This has been Gio and Adamo signing off from Rossoneri TV. And as always, Forza Milan!